Okay, hello everyone. Hope you're well today. I'd like to welcome everyone to all of our student chapter members, rather, from across the globe. We have 56 student chapters in total, and quite a few of those I see are represented here today. So that's great to see. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, in whatever part of the world you're dialing in from. My name is Paul Gordon. I'm the IC's Regional Director for International Operations. I'm based here in the UK. I am joined online by IC staff colleagues, and we are here to answer your questions today. So thanks very much for joining us. We really want to ensure that as IC student chapter members, that you get the most that you can out of your IC membership, especially during the current time. As we try to navigate through this pandemic together, with many parts of the world being in different states of lockdown, it's vital really that we make the full use that we can of the digital resources that we have available for members. And IC has transitioned pretty successfully, I would say, to an online delivery model during this COVID-19 crisis. We are running a whole series of webinars on different subjects for different audiences. And to that end, we've invited you to today's talk to talk about the IC Learning Hub, which is an absolutely key resource for IC members to use. There are over 350 high quality learning programs that you can use, either to benefit you now in your current studies or once you enter the workplace. And we really want you to understand how you can get the most benefit that you can from this freely available resource. So this is the first in a series of webinars that we are planning, which are going to be aimed specifically at our international student members around the world. Next week, on the 17th of June, we're going to have a live question and answer session with the IC president, Paul Sheffield, who's the former CEO of Kia Group, a global employer, with the exclusive option for student chapter members to submit questions to Paul in advance. The third instalment in the series will be on around the subject of career guidance, and we'll be covering such subjects as CV writing and interview skills for the engineering sector. That session will be led by the recruitment director of a leading global civil engineering employer, and we're just waiting to confirm the date for that particular session, and we will let you know in due course. So I am going to very shortly hand over to my colleague Tom Compton, who's IC's International Operations Manager. He's going to talk to you about the IC Learning Hub and run you through a live demonstration. Hopefully many of you have had a chance to familiarize yourself already with the Learning Hub, but if not, Tom will walk you through right from the beginning how to log in and how to get started, and it's fairly straightforward. We will have about 15 to 20 minutes for this slot. Tom and other IC colleagues will be available to take questions immediately afterwards. Please do use the chat function. So that is the little chat icon in the middle of your screen to post any questions that you wish during this session. We'll obviously attempt to address as many of those as possible. We also like to spend just a few minutes at the end of this webinar to talk to you also about IC graduate membership. This is especially aimed at those of you who are now in your final year and will soon be graduating. So we'd like to tell you how IC can continue to support you as you take those next steps in your career. And again, there will be opportunity to ask questions after that session, and please again use the chat function for this. Last of all, please ensure that you stay muted throughout. And otherwise, I think we're about ready to begin. So I'm going to hand over now to Tom to get things started. Tom, can you hear me?
Thanks, Paul. Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Over to you.
Okay, I'm just going to share Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can, Tom.
Okay. Thanks, Paul, and thanks to everyone for joining us for this webinar. My name's Tom, and I'll be giving a demonstration of the ICE Learning Hub. As Paul mentioned, we'll have an introduction and a demonstration of the Learning Hub. We'll then have question and answers from student chapter members, and then my colleague Patrick will give an overview of ICE graduate membership. So the purpose of today's session is to give you an overview of the features available on the Learning Hub and answer any questions you may have on using the platform. As student members of ICE, you'll automatically have an account set up to begin using the hub. If you'd like to follow along with this demonstration, please make sure that you have the ICE website open. That's ice.org.uk, and your login details available. The Learning Hub was launched in 2018 following demand from members for an online platform. There's over 350 programs available, and our knowledge team are adding new content every month. Since 2018, we've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on content. We have libraries of technical and non-technical learning. ICE places a major focus on demonstrating professional skills. While your university studies will greatly develop your knowledge and understanding of engineering, the Learning Hub will give you the soft skills that you really need to become a well-rounded professional. The aim of the Hub is to provide members of all grades with relevant content that they can complete online and use towards their CPD, or in your case, your studies and your career development. If you'd like to follow along, now's the time to get the ICE website up. Okay, from the ICE homepage, to access the Learning Hub, you need to click on this Knowledge and Resources drop-down and then select ICE Learning Hub. From here, you'll be redirected and asked to log in. You don't need to register separately for the Learning Hub. This will just be your regular ICE login details. So you put those in here and click Login. Okay, so the first thing that you'll see when you get to the home page of the Learning Hub is your name will be here in the top left corner. You'll have a search bar here, which searches the entire website. It can be really useful if you're just looking to log in and quickly check if there's a learning program relating to something you're studying. So that's there. You'll also see 4 tabs in the top left here. There's Home, Profile, Learning, and Help. I'll go through each of these in a second. Scrolling through the home page, you'll see some facts about the Learning Hub. As we mentioned, there's 300 plus programs available in a variety of engineering specialisms. You can access the program anytime, anywhere. That includes on your mobile devices and tablets. At the moment, I'm using this on a PC. Here we have the contact information for our Learning Hub support team. You can get in touch with us by email if you have questions, and also over the phone. Scrolling down here, we have some popular programs right now. Given the current situation with COVID-19, we've got a particular focus on studying from home. So here there's some resources around studying from home, working collaboratively online, staying productive. I definitely recommend giving these a look. Continuing down the page, most of the programs in the Learning Hub are split up into 2 separate catalogues. The first is soft skills and the second is technical categories. Our soft skills catalogue has over 160 programs. When you begin a career in engineering, you may find our soft skills programs particularly useful, as they'll equip you with the skills you need as a working professional from the point of graduation and throughout your career. As you'll see, these are split into 3 different categories. There's business management, which covers budgeting and finance, data protection and health and safety, personal development, which covers career development, equality and diversity and teamwork, and people management, which is how to manage other engineers and how to develop your interpersonal skills. As an example, I'll go into the business management. As you can see here, when you go into business management, each section will be broken down into a number of headings. So you've got 2 modules here that are on budgeting and finance. If you're interested in any of these, you can just click into them and you'll get some more information. Back to the home page, if you keep scrolling down, you'll come to the technical categories. You might find these useful when studying. If you have modules on sustainability or structures, you should be able to find some programs here that will be really useful for those. As an example, I'll show you sustainability. Here there's a range of different programs that you can begin using, all related to sustainability. If you keep scrolling down the home page, there's a number of different programs available. All of our new content is added here to this latest program section. So if you want to stay up to date with the most recent ICE knowledge resources, then you can look here. Okay, so the next section I'm going to show you is the profile section. Now the first thing I'd suggest doing when you log into the Learning Hub is checking that everything in the profile section is correct. So the first page you'll see is this summary tab, and here you can see my name, my grade of membership, and my ICE region. If you click this edit button at the top here, you'll be able to add a LinkedIn profile. You can also add some skills and interests. For example, here I have lean processes and policy, but there's a range of different skills that you can add to your profile here. On the second tab here, details, you won't actually be able to edit this information here, but what you should see is your up-to-date ICE information, including email address. If you notice anything's incorrect here, please send us an email so that we can make sure all of your information's up to date. Moving on to the rewards section, this is a selection of badges and achievements that you can complete whilst going through programs on the Learning Hub. As you can see, there's a total of 57 different badges you can get, and these are in a range of different areas. This just serves as some useful motivation to tick off some different learning programs and earn some badges as you go along. Next, I'm going to go into the learning session, starting with the dashboard. Now you'll find that you probably spend most of your time in the Learning Hub in this learning section. The dashboard is personalized to suit you as a user. So at the top here, you'll see our core skills CPD programs. This is a list of programs that we feel all ICE members will get benefit from, so they're really appropriate for everyone. If you see something here that you're interested in, you can click into it. And you'll be given more information here. You get a general overview of the program, and you can either launch it now, or as I'm going to do, I'm going to enroll and save it for later by clicking this button here. Moving down this page here, you'll see that you've got your enrolled programs. So anything that you've enrolled on to say and saved for later, you'll be able to access again easily here. As you can see, I've got a number of programs here that I've either started or I've just saved because I want to complete it another time. You'll also have your recommended learning, which I'll come on to next. We have a program built into the Learning Hub to recommend you with programs specifically tailored to you. And then finally, you have your recent learning. So this is programs you've started recently, but may have lost or not completed yet. The second part of the learning tab is the learning library. Now this is a library of all of the programs that are available in the hub. So if you just want to come in and browse through the catalogue, this is the best place to go to. You can search through this page using the search bar here. So if, for example, I want to find something related to tunnels, I can put in tunnels and it will bring up 2 programs here that are specifically related to that topic. There's also a range of different filter options available on the left side here. I think there's 2 that are particularly useful that I'd like to show you. The first is competency. So all of the programs in the ICE Learning Hub are mapped against ICE's competency framework. So these are the skills that you need to demonstrate if you want to become professionally qualified as a civil engineer. If there's something particular that you want to look at, you can click on it. For example, health and safety. And this will bring up all the programs that we have related to health and safety here. Particularly, some of these programs like working at height have proved very popular with our members. The second filter that people find very useful is level. So this is filtering by the difficulty level of the program. So starting with basic, this is someone who might have a general interest in engineering and the subject, but isn't necessarily an engineer. So it could be me, for example. And it just gives mainly background information and some light reading around topics. Awareness and intermediate, these are programs for someone who's really looking to develop their knowledge. As students, I'd recommend you have a look at all 3 of these because you're likely to find something in there of interest. As you progress with your career, you might find that advanced and expert have more information. These are typically for industry leaders and directors, people really looking to progress their career post-qualification. For now, you might not find them that useful. The final section I'd like to show you is the Skills Advisor. So this is an opportunity to find out what information on the Learning Hub will suit you. And the way we do that is using this competency analysis tool. So if you click into that here, you'll see a list of the ICE competencies. As I mentioned before, all of the programs in the Learning Hub are mapped against our membership standards and our competency framework. This is a full list of them here. If you want to find out how you rank against one of these competency, you simply tick the button. So I'm going to select Knowledge Application. And then at the bottom here, you press Next. On this next page here, you'll get a questionnaire where you have to rank your ability and understanding against each statement. So for example here, uses appropriate methods to systematically organize thoughts. I would say I frequently do this, or I'm aware of why I do it. And so what you do is you put in your ranking, how you assess yourself against each of these. And then click Finish at the bottom. Once you've done that, you'll receive an individually tailored breakdown of how you rank against each competency. Here you can see I've got a knowledge application score of 3, which is good, awareness and demonstration of competency, but I might need to focus more on specific attributes. And also what this program has done is it's suggested a number of different learning modules here that I might find useful in doing that. So browsing through here, if there's anything I find useful, I can tick the buttons here and add them to my recommended learning for later. I'd just like to give you an example of what some of these Learning Hub programs look like. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And here you'll see I've got a list of all the programs that I've enrolled on previously. One example I'm going to show you is Ethics in Engineering. Now this is one of the most popular programs on the Learning Hub. As students, you might have modules on engineering ethics that you have to complete. Completing this program will also provide you with some source material on ethics from ICE, and you'll need to demonstrate this if you're looking to become professionally qualified with ICE. When you click into the program, you'll see here that you've got the rating. So this is all the ratings that ICE members have given this program. You'll see duration. This one's particularly long, it's 6 hours. You'll see the status of it, which is started because I've previously logged into it. And you'll get a brief overview here of what the content of this program is. Scrolling down here, you'll see the level. So this one has been rated at awareness level, and you also see the learning outcomes. So this is what you will be expected to have learned by the end of the 6 hours. At the bottom here, we also have the cost. So as Paul mentioned at the start, we offer the Learning Hub completely free to ICE members, so you don't have to pay anything to access these resources. This value here is purely to illustrate the amount of money and effort we've put into making this resource really good. You're not going to have to pay £250, but if we were to sell this to someone and we were to create this again, this is what we'd value the content at, is £250, but you get it completely free. So to launch the program, you just click on this launch button here. As you can see here, I previously used the program, so it saved my progress from last time. So you don't have to sit here for 6 hours and go through the whole thing. You can pick up where you left off. Just for the purpose of this, I'm going to restart. And so every program on the Learning Hub is unique. This one comprises a series of modules on different aspects of engineering ethics. So you start off with an introduction and a description of the program. And then on the left side here, you can see there's different modules relating to engineering ethics, civil engineering ethics toolkit. And then you also have reading lists. So if you want to go away and do some more research, you have reading lists on each module on the content. So in a second, I'll hand back to Paul for some question and answer. If you haven't already, you can put your questions in the chat now and we'll begin collating those. Before I finish, I just wanted to show you the help center that we have available. So if there was anything I didn't cover fully here or something that you wanted to see more of, you can go to the guide to the ICE Learning Hub and download this, and this will cover everything in detail. We also have a series of frequently asked questions here. So these are the common questions that come up a lot. So I definitely advise having a look through these if there's something that I haven't answered. And then finally, if you're really stuck or you're having a problem with the website at all, you can contact us using these details here. Okay, well, thank you for listening, and I'd now like to hand back over to Paul for the question and answer.
Okay, thanks very much, Tom, for that really comprehensive overview. We have had a few questions offline, which I'll run through. One question that's come up on the chat is, can non-ICE members access the Learning Hub? And the answer to that is no. It is a strictly member-only benefit. So it's there for your benefit, guys, and make sure that you take advantage. A couple of the other questions that we've had are around to what degree is the learning content mobile and tablet friendly? Can you say something about that, Tom?
Yeah, so the best thing I'd advise you to do is to go on and have a go with this on your tablets, and you'll see that it's very, very similar to how it looks on my computer now. As with all of our website, we're constantly looking to make it better for tablet and mobile devices. So if there's anything you think could be improved, do let us know, and we'll see if we can do that.
And it should be fully compatible on a Mac as well, I believe.
Yeah, so this should work.
Or a Mac computer.
Yeah, this should work in any internet browser, Mac, PC, everything like that. Yeah.
Great. We're very conscious that engineers in particular as a profession are very much on the go, very mobile, frequently coming on and off site. So it's really important that this kind of content is available and accessible via mobile format. So that's great. Another question, Tom, are all the courses in English, or are the courses in other languages available?
Yes, so at the moment, all of the content in the Learning Hub is in English. Just to bear in mind that if you are looking to become a professionally qualified civil engineer, it would be expected that you could demonstrate that through with ICE in English. So at the moment, yes, all the content is. Yeah.
Okay, and one more question that I have here was around what kind of certification you get if you complete one of these learning programs.
Okay, so we don't actually, ICE doesn't require members to certify their CPD. So we kind of trust our members that they've completed it when you're reporting that to ICE. That being said, if you want to have some proof that you've completed a learning module, you can click into this page here, and the status when you've completed this will change from not started to completed. You'll then be able to print off the summary of this page. You can also save this as a PDF. So if you want a proof of which programs you've been learning and you want a status, you can print this page or save it as a PDF, and that will serve as your proof.
Okay, thanks very much, Tom. We're going to move on now to to tell you a little bit about ICE graduate membership. But if anyone does have any further questions on the Learning Hub, do continue to post them in the chat facility, and we'll do our best to answer those. So I'm now going to hand you over to Patrick Courtney, who some of you might know. He's ICE's International Membership Recruitment Manager, and he's going to tell you in a few minutes, short minutes, about ICE graduate membership. Patrick, can you hear us?
Thank you, Paul. Hello. Today we're going to focus on becoming professionally qualified and why it is so important to your career, how ICE can support you throughout your career, and what to do next to progress towards professional qualification. So you've chosen a career in civil engineering. How can ICE support you? ICE is the world's leading civil engineering institution. We celebrated our 200th anniversary in 2018. And we're committed to helping our members make a real positive difference to society and the world around them as we look forward to the next 200 years. As a civil engineer, what you will do each day will help to transform lives. As a member, we'll support you throughout your career and help you to realise your potential. You become part of our global community of more than 95,000 members in over 150 countries around the world. You'll have lots of opportunities to meet other members and learn from them at local ICE events. You can access a wealth of knowledge, content and resources to help you develop as a civil engineer. We will support you to achieve professional qualification to demonstrate your status as an engineering technician, incorporated or chartered engineer. This will all help you to develop, progress and have a successful career. One of the key reasons people join ICE is to become professionally qualified, whether as an engineering technician, incorporated or chartered engineer. The letters EngTech, iEng or CEng after your name are a mark of excellence. They increase your professional status, they're really valued by employers and will enhance your career prospects. They're internationally recognised, so could open up opportunities for you to work around the world. Many members gain a real sense of pride and personal fulfilment having achieved professional qualification. It helps them to be better civil engineers and rise to the challenge of shaping the world around them. Here is a summary of the key steps to achieving professional qualification. Step 1, academic qualifications. Good news, you're already completing this step. Courses are accredited for different levels, EngTech, iEng or CEng. So use our course search tool to check your eligibility at ice.org.uk/course search. Step 2, professional experience. You will also need to develop the skills, knowledge and practical experience required for professional qualification. ICE calls this your initial professional development, IPD. ICE and your employer will offer lots of support to help you on your journey to professional qualification as you record and assess the experience you gain. You also need to record all of your learning and development activities. We call this continuing professional development, CPD. Step 3, professional review. Once you've gained the skills, knowledge and experience you need to complete your initial professional development, you need to pass a professional review. This includes a 15-minute presentation and a 1-hour interview with 2 experienced civil engineers or technicians. If you're applying for iEng or CEng, you'll also need to do a written exercise. Our team and your employer will offer lots of support to help you gain the skills and experience you need to complete your initial professional development. The ICE training scheme, run by ICE approved employers, and mentor supported training are structured programs to support your development as a civil engineer and help you to progress to professional qualification. Following these programs is the most effective way to get the work-based experience and support you need to complete your initial professional development and become professionally qualified. Either your employer will assign you a supervising civil engineer, SCE, or you can find an approved mentor through our online mentoring platform to support and guide you throughout the program. IPD Online is ICE's handy online tool where you can record your progress through your initial professional development. You log evidence of your progress, which is then monitored and progressively signed off by your SCE or mentor. IPD Online is used to record annual appraisals and IPD completion. You can talk to your SCE or mentor about how much, what style and content, and how frequently you need to submit evidence in IPD Online. So, what should you do next to get started on your journey to achieving professional qualification? As soon as you graduate, join ICE as a graduate member. Enroll on your company's approved ICE training scheme or mentor supported training. Register with IPD Online. Here's a quick overview of what else you get as a graduate member of ICE. As well as access to ICE training scheme or mentor supported training and IPD Online, you have access to local events. Our local teams and volunteer members organised a host of events on a range of topics. They're a great chance to learn more about the industry and grow your network with other graduates and more experienced engineers. New Civil Engineer Digital is a monthly industry-leading magazine. Civil Engineering Journal is ICE's flagship journal with articles on a range of civil engineering topics. Other online resources include content from our library and expert thought leadership, all available on our website. And of course, as Tom explained, there's the ICE Learning Hub. So make sure you make the most of your graduate membership. ICE has local teams as well as volunteer representatives around the world who support with membership queries and arrange networking and technical events and activities. So there are lots of opportunities to access support and to get involved as part of our global community. You can find details of your local ICE contacts, events and membership support on our website. Go to ice.org.uk/near you. In summary, as soon as you graduate, apply online at ice.org.uk/graduates. Enroll on an ICE training scheme or mentor supported training and register with IPD Online. Get involved, make the most of your membership, come to events and meet other members. Thank you and good luck with your journey to professional qualification. Keep the end goal in sight and don't forget that support is always available. Back to you, Paul.
All right, thanks, Patrick. If anyone has any further questions for Patrick or Tom, please do enter them now. Just while we're waiting, Patrick, I have one question. Could you say something about the reduced rate for graduate membership that's available?
Yes, there's a reduced rate for graduate members if you fall below a certain threshold during your first year of employment. You can apply for a reduced rate. So you can check the website for that. Also, during your the first year after you graduate, graduate membership is free. So that's also something worth looking in for.
Thanks very much. Okay. Right, we don't have any further questions in the chat that I can see at the moment. So I'd like to thank both of our speakers today. Remember that we're here to support you at any time, and you can get in contact with any of us at ICE International, ice.org.uk. Some key points to take away on the Learning Hub. So 350 high quality learning programs. It's a member only benefit. There's approximately, I think, £250,000 worth of high quality learning content that's only available to you guys as members. So do take advantage. It's mobile friendly, it's tablet friendly. For those of you who are in your final year of studies, we wish you good luck. Do be sure to become a graduate member. It will really help you to realise your potential as a civil engineer once you enter the workplace. Do remember the reduced subscription rate that Patrick's mentioned. If your earnings are under that £17,000, that's Great British pounds annual threshold, do investigate if that's applicable to you, or ask us for more information about the reduced rate. I should have said at the beginning that this recording will be available afterwards, and we'll circulate the link to all of the attendees. We look forward to seeing you hopefully on the 17th of June for the live question and answer session with the IC President, Paul Sheffield. And remember as well that you can submit questions in advance for that session. So that's all for now. Thanks very much for joining. Please stay safe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much.